Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland. And today we'll be talking about the Chicago Bears and whether they actually have a chance in this NFC North division. But when you look at the division as a whole, everybody pretty much looks the same. Now I know, if you listen to ESPN and all these other talking heads, Green Bay is the front runner, and rightfully so because of what they did last year. But when we look at everything on paper, yes, Green Bay has addressed the running back position. They have three guys that could possibly start there. But their offensive line, still the same. Now, Chicago Bears, same thing. Offensive line problems last year pretty much hindered this football team from taking any steps forward and being able to get them a few games over the hump to beat the Packers out for that division. And they got Bushrod to help them out on that left side. They got a new coach and new defensive coach over there in Chicago. And I really think it's really the division for the Bears to lose. Now, first things first, they have to protect Cutler. They have to protect Cutler. We know they have Forte, Bush back there in the backfield. They have Earl, Marshall, Alshon Jeffries. They got Martellus Bennett at tight end. So they have weapons to throw to be able to move the ball down the field effectively. Cutler just needs the time. Now, everybody's concerned about the defense and whether they can duplicate what they did last year, at least for the first half of last year. Now, we know Callahan's in Dallas, and that's fine. But they still have all the pieces there. Now, they lost their leader in Brian Urlacher. We can call him the Sarge, the General, whatever. We know what he does on that football field and what he did for the Chicago Bears. But I think Lance Briggs is a guy who can step right in. He's been there with Urlacher for several years, and he will take over and do just fine on the defensive side of the ball as being the captain there. And they have pass rush. They're going to generate a pass rush. The question is the offense going to be able to live up to their end of the bargain? Cutler must get rid of the ball on time and not hold on to it too long. There's some things in preseason that I see early. Cutler is looking for Marshall and almost Marshall only. Now, is that because the other guys can't get open? I don't know, but at some point you're going to have to get away from laser beaming Marshall at all times and then holding on to the ball because Marshall doesn't have a window or is not in a position to jump up and out jump the defender for the ball. He's going to have to learn to get rid of it because some of this getting sacked is on Jay Cutler's lack of just throwing the ball away when there's nothing there. Now, this sleeper in this division is the Minnesota Vikings. A lot of people negative on Christian Ponder. Think the guy did a heck of a job. Now he's getting Greg Jennings. They drafted a wide receiver to give him help. They have a guy in Randolph at tight end that's great, and we all know what AP can do out there on the football field. That can only increase Ponder's. I mean, look what Ponder did last year with little or nothing. But this is going to be his year to prove that he can get it done. The thing of it is, this division is wide open. I know we didn't mention the Lions because no one knows what the Lions are going to do. Everybody looks at that team depth chart and know they have talent, and they come out and they just don't do anything. They don't do anything at all. So we're not even going to go there. Bottom line is those three teams were at the top of the division last year. I think as long as they can shore it up in Chicago, the Packers may not be looking at winning that division. They could not be looking at making the playoffs. I know that's a big prediction, but hey, when you look at what the Vikings have done and how they look on offense, you look at what the Bears have done, how they've addressed their offensive needs. Just one thing needs to happen. It's questionable over there in Green Bay. Can't go passing it up when you don't have Greg Jennings because Cobb and Nelson are not going to get it done. But you got a shot, Chicago, so we'll see what happens start of the season. Well, we thank you for watching our show. Again, if you have anything to comment on this show or any of our shows, leave your comments at the bottom of the show and we'll keep that dialogue going. If there's something you'd like to hear us talk about, like to hear our take on, whether it's your team, the division, whatever it may be, shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. And always subscribe to the show. Again, you've been watching Straight Shooting Sports Talk.